welcome to our YouTube channel. I hope you guys are doing well. So we guys are discussing concepts related to communication now. Today we're going to talk about feedback as well as feed forward. So feedback is a concept जो हम सबको पता है, but feed forward is something new that was asked in the exam this time. So let us talk about these two concepts without which communication is not at all complete. First of all, this is a very simple presentation of how the two-way communication model looks like. So first of all, we have the sender here. The sender is going to send the message. The message is delivered and of course it is encoded. ये message कैसा होता है? It is encoded. So यहाँ पे encoding होती है. यहाँ पे क्या होता है? Receiver gets the message. Message is sent using some channel, some media, and then here decoding happens. So here the receiver will decode the message that is already delivered by the sender. Sender will package the message, encode the message, will send the message via some medium to this receiver, and the receiver will decipher, decode, try to understand the message. Without the feedback, the message is never completed. So this receiver will tell the sender कि okay, I have received the message, I have understood the message. So this is the role of the feedback. Feedback will complete the cycle of the communication process. And definitely there are hurdles, obstacles, barriers in between that is called as noise. So these are the barriers that you have to minimize. So sender sends the message that is encoding. The message is sent via some medium, via some media, channels, etc. The receiver will decode the message and will give feedback. So this is feedback. Feedback is telling the other person that you have received the message. These are the stages of communication also. This question was also asked. Recently we saw that they asked what are the stages of communication. Now students tend to think that there are stages of teaching that we have studied. But what are these stages of communication? So we have first of all the preparation stage. Then we have the active stage where the interaction is happening, where the communication is being done. And then we have the after communication stage where the person who is talking to you have already delivered the content. So at this time you will get to know more about what the other person is already what the other person has already delivered. So you will think about it, ponder, you will respond. So at the end comes the responding stage, right? So these are the three stages. You should know about them as well. And at the end you will realize that you have to give your feedback also. So after that you will give your feedback. Basically feedback also comes in the third stage, that is responding. किस stage में आती है? Third में आती है. So first is which stage? First stage or first phase is when the sender is encoding the message. Then comes this stage, the second stage where the message is delivered, being delivered. Then comes the decoding stage and the feedback stage, that is the third stage, right? So what is basically the feedback stage? Feedback is nothing but a response, an opinion, maybe an idea, advice, result, rating, comment or survey that you are doing. Maybe a reply that you are giving to the other person. This is called as a feedback. So feedback is a comment on an action or a behavior that already happened with the purpose of helping the receiver of the feedback become better in the future. However, the trouble is feedback is too focused on the past events. Now, when you talk about the definition of feedback, it is important to know that feedback always works on the past events. So, you already tried to communicate something to me. You have already done that communication. After looking at the things, I am responding. So, this responding is on the action that have already taken place. For example, say Sam is coming to my organization to work. And I am then, after one day of observing Sam, I am then telling Sam that these are your faults, Sam. I want you to improve on these areas. This means I am giving a feedback to Sam. But this feedback is always on the past scenarios. The thing have already been passed. One day has already gone by. and then I am telling Sam उनकी क्या गलती थी. इससे ही opposite होता है feed forward. When beforehand only I am trying to tell Sam what he can do to improve his working in my organization. For example, on the very first day, I can tell Sam, I want you to pay more focus on these many things that are there. Maybe say, I want you to pay more focus on the delegation of the roles that you are doing in my organization. Or maybe pay more focus on the interpersonal communication skills that you have. Work more on your soft skills. This is what? This is feed forward. Before the actual situation that will happen, उससे पहले ही मैंने आपको कुछ बता दिया. That is feed forward. But अगर कुछ होने के बाद मैं आपको बताती हूँ, it is feed back. So what is feed forward? Feed forward, on the other hand, is a relatively different and a very new term that was developed by Marshall Goldsmith. Marshall Goldsmith ने इसको coin किया है and he is the business educator. So this is a business terminology. It's a jargon that is basically used in business organization. But nowadays, because business organization also involve communication, this is also asked in our paper, right? So business educators as well as coaches tend to use this term called as feed forward. Marshall Goldsmith has given this term, right? Instead of commenting on the actions and the behavior from the past, feed forward is going to comment on the things that are going to happen. So this will improve the ongoing action or the behavior that will happen. Take this example again. Sam was coming in my organization to work, and I gave this list to Sam that these are the areas I want you to keenly focus on, and then you can start studying. So this is what? This is feed forward. While if already the day has been passed and then I am, mailing Sam ki, okay, your first day was okayish, you can improve all of these things, that is a feedback. So feedback works on the past and feed forward works on the things that are yet to come. So it's a more positive manner to deal with the people. What is the basic difference? So feedback focuses on the past, feed forward focus on the future. You comment on the previous work, you suggest that this can be done in the next session, or these are the things that you can improve yourself on, right? So suggestions of what to do are included here. This can lead to the people feel very judged. When you give a feedback, say if you are giving a response to someone, the other person can feel very touched. Maybe the other person is too sensitive to take it. So they can feel that you are being too judgy, right? So it can create a feeling of judgment. Here, it focuses on the task and not on the person. It feels that you are more curious to talk about the task and the improvement and the improving of the task rather than on the person. So people don't take it personally. It points out the problem and it expands the possibilities that are there. So feed forward is going to widen the horizon. It is a much positive manner to deal with the things. Can be an information dump, and here it is very particular. So after the things have happened, I am then talking to you. It feels like a lot of overload of information. Maybe information dump. Maybe you can feel I'm being too sarcastic, too judgy. But here only particular possibilities are discussed. That is why it is a very clean, positive manner to give advice to someone. Does not offer a plan of action. Also, जब हम already past की चीजों के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं, so there is no substantial thing that you can now incorporate. The event has already been passed. But here, a proper specific plan can be created so that the situation can be improved. Here, the employee can be given specific plan for the improvement. So this means that feed forward works on the goal of improvement, while feedback works on the goal of providing information, giving advices. It's just this goal, and people tend to feel bad about it, right? So these are the two concepts. There was also, okay, so we have few more terms that are attached to it. We have feed forward, feedback. So feedback, as I told you, focuses on the future. There are ideas that are given for the improvement. There are guidance and advice given. It advises you that you can improve certain things in the next time, when you next time do the same task. It is going to emphasize on the task it will create a very positive attitude, a very motivated type of atmosphere will be created. It is going to emphasize on the dynamic situation. Then it is more faster and more efficient, and it is more empathetic as well. It feels like you're not judging the other person. While feedback is more time consuming, then it is going to emphasize on the person and not on the events or the task. It is like you are nitpicking the other person. It feels like you are criticizing the other person or nitpicking. Then it is very limited and very static. बहुत limited है, dynamic नहीं है, because there is no scope of improvement. The person can often feel defensive also. They can feel sad and defensive. It focuses on the past. It describes what has already happened. And it is also critiquing the work that is done previously. And it is less empathetic in itself. There was one question that was asked, and a very easy question. Information provided before sending the primary message is known as what? In 2021, November के paper में this was asked. Is it feed forward, indicator, intro और pre-message? So किसी को कुछ send करने से पहले information दे देना, right? तो वो क्या होता है? For example, when you're writing a research paper या फिर कुछ भी कोई भी आप पेपर लिख रहे हो किसी organization के लिए or maybe some conference, you send your abstract. So you are directly telling them that my paper will include all of these things. So you are already telling them that this is something that I will showcase to you beforehand. तो वो क्या होता है? It is a feed forward. It is a feed forward. Before the actual communication that will happen, I am giving you something in advance. This is feed forward, right? So I hope you understood. I will leave you with this box because it incorporates almost all the difficulty, all the differences that are there between feed forward and feedback. So these two concepts are important. Without feedback, no communication can ever be an effective communication. Feedback is very important, but feedback is a little layback attitude. It can make a person feel judged. Feed forward is very quick and used more in business communication, right? So I hope you liked the video. If you still have any doubts, you can ask me that in the comment section and I'll surely reply to you. Thank you.